Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to tomorrow's Technology Today. This is a first of a series of webinars we hope to do for you, the subscribers, participants of the Monmouth Ocean Regional MLS. Our value proposition to you is that we're going to help you sell more. And that word sell more is an acronym. It stands for serve, educate, listen, and legislate. And this is part of the listening that we do. We're trying to listen to what the marketplace has to offer in regard to technology, how MLSs are advancing across the country, and also what you, our members, think about this. So during this webinar, you're going to have the opportunity to interact. The chat feature is open. It's being monitored. We're going to look for questions and answers inside of there. So if you have any questions about from the presenters that you want to ask, feel welcome to put them in. We're going to try to catch them. We won't be able to catch all of them, though. And then at the end of this webinar today, during the webinar, we're going to have two things. One, a poll survey that's going to come out for you to be able to respond and give feedback for each of these four presentations you're going to hear today about these four different products, but also for your chance to win a $250 gift card. There's going to be two of those, one for people who are live on this webinar and one for people who see this webinar in the recorded format afterwards. So if you're here, stay until the very end because you have to be present to win. One of the biggest advancements we've made, of course, in the last year with the MLS is the introduction of the realnewjersey.com. Hopefully, you've all been able to see that. If you haven't, we encourage you to go take a look at it. That's www.therealnewjersey.com. On that website, you're going to find a couple of things. One, in every community from Middlesex, Monmouth, and Ocean County, you're going to find a description of that community, that municipality. You'll see pictures of it. You'll see activities, things that it do. But you'll also find a direct link to all of the live realtor listings that are available in those areas. Now, what's really cool about that, if you don't know yet, is we subscribe to the philosophy of your listing, your lead. We're trying to move forward with organized real estate. And instead of charging you for leads, Monmouth Ocean Regional Realtors is committed to sending those to you at no cost. So as a member, a subscriber, participant of our MLS, every lead that we generate gets sent directly to the listing agent, listing brokerage at no additional cost. So when your listings are in the Monmouth Ocean Regional MLS, they automatically syndicate to the Real New Jersey, and those leads are for you. Now, one thing we would encourage you to do around that is to make sure your profile on our database is up to date. Your profile should include a picture, some biography, some information about you. What we're finding is that those people who have up-to-date profiles with their pictures on them at a much higher rate are getting click-throughs for people looking for information. So make sure you update your profile. That's there for you. So without any further ado, we're going to get started. We're going to bring on Scott Quinn from Rapatoni's Connect dashboard. Scott's going to be telling us, talking about single sign-on and the feature that they have. Scott has been an advocate of the real property industry, and in fact, with working inside of organized real estate as the mechanism to push forward the transition of real estate. So welcome, Scott Quinn, to our webinar today. The clock is yours. Scott, tell us about Connect Dashboard.
Thanks, Brian. Good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Quinn from Rapatoni, and I'm here to talk about Connect Dashboard. Connect Dashboard. Can you guys see my screen? Not yet, can you? Hang on a second. Let me get that done. Tell me that you can see my screen now. Thumbs up?
There you go.
Okay, Connect Dashboard. Connect Dashboard is a place that you would land after you've come to this fine-looking Monmouth site. When you click on Flex Login or log into your tools, you would land on what we're calling Connect Dashboard. This is a product we introduced about a year ago. It's done very well in the MLS or the association space. What it does is it enables the association to brand itself, provide good messaging to its membership, to its users, without being annoying. It's a simple single sign-on dashboard. So you'll see going across my screen some different things that are important to this association. These are events things that are going on, you can click on and get more information in a little pop-up modal, which is pretty exciting. But what's most exciting is you log in one time, and then every tool that the Monmouth Ocean Board provides to you, including the monies that you owe to them, the classes that you can sign up for, all the neat things that they offer, which is a lot. They're a very progressive association, do a super fine job, are available to you in one location. So this site that I'm on is somewhere near Chicago. It's an association about 5,000 members. And here are the buttons that you would push to go to their MLS or to their realist product or their showing time service or RPR, zip forms. All the tools that are available to you through Monmouth would be a single click away. Again, log in one time and get to every tool you need. Let's say you want to sign up for a class and you forgot to put your credit card on file. Well, you'll notice there's a button here that says Manage Credit Cards. When you click on it, it takes you right to the location where you would put your credit card on file, and you simply add new card and put your new card in there. So the next time you want to do something, you don't have to worry about your credit card being on file. Maybe you want to play by the rules, but you kind of forgot what the rules were. You'll notice here's a button that says MLS Rules and Regulations. You click on it, it loads a document for you to see all the rules and regulations of your association. So, but the neat thing that I'm showing you here is that when I click on any of these tools, I don't have to log in again. If I want to see classes that the association is hosting for us, maybe I want to learn about, I don't know, the 30-hour post licensing class. I click register, takes me right to the spot, gives me a whole bio of this course and what it is, and I can register for it right from here. Pretty exciting. Oh, and you'll also notice that, as we all know, nothing runs for free. You have a wonderful industry in which you participate in, but you do have to pay your dues. And you'll notice right here, I owe some money. So if I click on the Pay Now button, I can quickly go pay my bill to make sure that my MLS access and my tax record access and my lockbox access, all the things that this great association provides to you remains available to you, because again, you have to pay your bill. So as you can see here, the goal here is for the association to provide a simple place for you a secure place for you to have access to all the tools that they offer. Connect Dashboard. All these modules that you see here are built by the association, so the branding and how they look and feel. But you as a broker or as an agent can then customize things further. You'll notice they have some member benefits. Maybe you want to learn how to use Connect Dashboard. You can click on this video link and watch it. You can come up here and click on this link right here and watch this video without ever having to log in again. This is a private location that it just took me to. And then after the business of business, you also can customize this dashboard to your liking. The colors, the look, the feel, where the icons and the modules are. You get to customize all of that. I won't go into details because I have 5 minutes, but social media, you'll notice it's sitting here and it's kind of bland. It has no color. If I click on edit, I can go in and do all kinds of different things. I can change the shape, change the color, add more icons to it, pick icons that the association has provided me and put on it, or put a brand new icon. I can change the view from grid view to list view. Lots of neat things that I can do right from there, which makes it pretty exciting. I'm going to hit the cancel button, and I'm just going to take this and move it over here. And notice here's a Twitter file. I can click on this and keep up with the association's Twitter account without ever leaving this page. And I'll end with, you can set up as many personal things as you want, because again, it is your dashboard. There's 3 tiers. There's the association office, the broker's office to customize it, and then agent customization. I'm going to click on my Facebook account without leaving this page, without having to do anything or open a new tab. I'm now looking at Scott Quinn's Facebook page. Or maybe I want to go to Scott Quinn's LinkedIn account. It knows who I am and it takes me where I need to go. This could apply to your banking things. Now, we do stop at the password on your banking and legal stuff, but as you can see, the goal here is to simplify your life, put you on one page, log in once, get to all tools available to you. I think that consumes my 5 minutes, Brian.
Well, Scott, thank you. I got a couple of questions for you, but I'm going to answer one right out of the chat that's coming in immediately, and we thought this would off the bat. I want to remind all of the people watching the webinar that we're evaluating new products. This is your opportunity to give feedback about whether these type of products that we're going to bring to you today would be beneficial to you. So as we look at making modifications to the MLS, we know what products that we should be looking for. So Scott, with the single sign-on, one of the issues that many agents bring to our attention, have brought to attention, people across the technology industry have, is the security of keeping all the passwords in one place and being able to access. Do you want to talk for a second about the encryption that Rappattoni brings to this Connect dashboard?
Oh, wow. He hits me with a hard question. So, Brian, I think you know I'm a sales guy. I don't know all the deep secrets underneath the covers, but I do know that Rappattoni has been doing single sign-on business for about 15 years now. We're experts at it. And we also not only are the single sign-on vendor, we would also become the IDP, which is the identity provider. So underneath the covers, you know, it is very secure. And Brian, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to give you a very technical answer to that, other than we have 15 years of experience doing it, and we're using the latest and greatest of secure technologies to offer this service.
Okay, fantastic. And then I just want to be clear with, because I think one of the things that delineates what the Connect dashboard is from most of the other single sign-on products. So for example, we have dashboards inside of our MLS system as it exists now.
Yes.
But what delineates is the customization that the individual end user can put different widgets as long as they, you know, talk through the API and the technical backend stuff. Correct. They could add widgets like their social media accounts. They could add there's links to the different organizations they belong, like
correct. Anything and everything.
You know, Women's Council of Realtors or something like that they can put their memberships into that.
And as a user, all you'd have to do, Brian, is click on this create button, and then you're going to create a module, and you might call it, I don't know, news. And once you want it to be either a link or what's called a widget. So maybe you want to check your email here. So we have widgets, that would be what's called a widget. So you can get your Outlook email right within the dashboard, or your Gmail right within the dashboard. I'm going to show a link, and I want to make it a medium size, which is 50% of the screen. So I'll choose this here, and then I hit the next button, and I can pick from links and SSO buttons that you've already provided, or I can go add one on my own. Once again, I can do a grid view. I can choose the color that I want this thing to live in. And if I want to add a link and just call it, I don't know, Yahoo. I don't have my glasses on. I can't really see very well. This getting old stuff is no good. So you put it in www.yahoo.com. I don't know if anybody even uses Yahoo anymore. It's going to let it select the default web icon, or I can give it its custom one. And when I hit add, it just created this thing. When I hit create, it does add it to the bottom of the page, and you get to move it around where you want. But there's that module that I just created, and there's my link to Yahoo. So yes, you can customize it to however you want.
Yeah, fantastic. And we've got another question that statement says it looks good. And how much does it cost? This Connect dashboard for our members is a product we look at adding holistically to the MLS. And so it wouldn't cost, and this particular one is not available to individual users. It's all or none, which is part of the reason that we have it here today. And at the end of this webinar, there's going to be a poll. There's going to be a survey. So you'll have the opportunity as our participant, our member, to give your input, to answer the questions, give feedback, tell us if this is something that we should be looking at, if we should be finding a solution to, if this solves problems, creates efficiency for you in the field. Scott, any final words today?
So just ultimately, what you would do if you chose to put this in is you'd probably get rid of these two buttons right here. You wouldn't have to go to two locations. So let me go back to this screen here. And when I log out as Joe and I log off, it takes me back to your website. And up at the top of the website, as opposed to having a button, you'd have an agent ID and a password. And once you click submit, it then takes you right to your Connect dashboard, which is every single tool you'll ever use, and provides the messaging that the board can use this tool for. So we think the customers that have implemented, which I think we're up to about 50,000 subscribers now of this, the end users are really liking the efficiencies of it. And Brian, thanks for allowing me to present.
Hey, Scott, thank you very, very much. And thank you very much. And we appreciate you being here. We got some comments, more comments. I was just trying to catch up and make sure there's no more questions for you. But it looks like people are saying it looks kind of good and it's pretty cool. So thank you, Scott.
Thank you for your time.
It's great to have you with us today.
Appreciate
All right,
it.
next up in our webinar, I'm excited to welcome Jen Engenhauser with us. Jen is represents a product called Office Manager. Now, you and I all know that in the field today, one of the hardest things we have is keeping up with all of the offers. New Jersey Administrative Code has with it certain requirements for offers to be presented all the way up to the time of close, and which is unique to most states. And Offer Manager is one of the many solutions on the marketplace. It just happens to be one that integrates with some other products that we're using. And so welcome today, Jen, to come and tell us about Office Manager. Jen, thank you for joining us.
Hi there. Can you guys see me, hear me?
Yeah, we can see you and hear you. We got you.
All right. So to be clear, it's called Offer Manager and not Office Manager.
Well, excuse me. That's my Southern accent.
That's okay.
That sticks true.
I just want to make sure people are clear. They know what we're doing here. This is a product that helps organize and communicates offers very easily. And what I'm going to do is first start with, and tell me if you can see this. I'm going to start with a video, start with a bang. Tell me if you can see and hear this. So here we go. I'm going to start with this.
Let's face it, agents have been emailing offers.
Can you hear this?
We can hear it, but not see it.
Okay, hold on. That's what I was afraid of. Let's see. Why can't we see it? It shows I'm sharing it. Let's start over here. Hang on.
20 years, forced to rely
Now?
on noisy inboxes.
They're just hearing it.
Shoot. All right, hold on one sec. Let me try something else. Let's try this. Try this one more time. I might just share my screen. It might be easier to do that instead of sharing.
That'd be fun.
Manually
time
organizing
now?
offers and trying to
No,
All
Jen,
right.
it's not.
Okay, let me share my screen. Hang on. Sorry about this
You're
technical
okay.
difficulty here.
Yeah, you're good. Scott gave you 1 minute back on your time frame, so you're good.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you,
goodness.
folks at Rappatonee, Jen.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to just share my desktop. That'll be the easiest.
There we go.
Okay, see my desktop here?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Good.
Let's face it, agents have been emailing offers for 20 years, forced to rely on noisy inboxes while spending time manually organizing offers and trying to keep everyone updated. Offer Manager by ShowingTime reimagines the offer process, ensuring you give clients and other agents an exceptional experience while giving you back time in your day. Integrated with the ShowingTime mobile app, Offer Manager empowers you to be more productive while on the go. With text and app notifications, you'll never miss an offer. And the automated read receipts eliminate those never-ending "did you get my offer" calls, texts, and emails. All offers are automatically organized for you, your team, or your office, accessible by listing, all in one convenient place. Integrated communication tools enable you to quickly send an email blast to everyone that has shown your listing, saving you precious time while maximizing exposure for your seller. Once an offer is accepted, you can update all the other buyer's agents with one click. As a buyer's agent, you'll see every offer you've submitted with the exact date and time it was opened, giving you and your buyers peace of mind the offer was received. And because personalized one-on-one communication is critical in any market, we make it easy to call, text, or email agents right from the app. Give your sellers a first-class experience by forwarding a professionally formatted, easy-to-read offer summary. And with multiple offers, you can send a side-by-side comparison, helping them easily compare key terms while saving you time and reinforcing your brand. With Offer Manager, every offer matters. Your time matters. Your reputation matters. It's time to bring a modern solution to a critical part of your business, giving you and your clients an elegant and truly professional experience.
Okay, did everybody see that? Let's hope this time.
Yeah, we got it on our end this time.
Great. All right, so obviously that's a product that handles offers. I'm going to go into a quick presentation because I know I just killed two minutes there. Can you see my screen this time?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, again, I am Jen Engenhauser. Offer Manager is a product that's offered by ShowingTime. It's a newish product. It's probably been around a year or two, but it's really taking taking hold the past few months, I would say. We're getting a lot of leverage and a lot of people adding it to their showing time dashboard. So what I'm going to do is, you kind of saw what it was. I just want to show you now how it works and how you guys can use it. So here's a picture of your showing time dashboard. What we would do is it's add-on module. And here you can see where the add-on here, it says offers. You either go to my listings or submit offer. My listings shows you all the offers that you've received. It also allows you to click on submit offer and submit offers on any offers that you want to. So in this case, what showing time does is they bring up all your most recent showings, so you can submit an offer on any one of your most recent showings, because let's face it, chances are you're probably gonna give an offer on a showing that you've just shown. If not, you can just type in the MLS name number, or else you can check on or type in the address. So here's what happens. We go in, we click submit offer down here. What it'll do is bring up this form, which is basically a high-level submittal form that you will submit. Instead of sending it to the listing agent in an email, you will just fill out these fields. And the MLS can pick and choose what high-level fields they want to use. So you go in, you fill out these fields, high level, you go in and upload all your documents. Keep in mind, this does not take place of the purchase agreements or any of the documents. You fill those out as you always would, but you upload them here. So it's in one easy place. Another cool thing to notice here is that the buyer's agent, it's already filled out for you. You don't have to enter any of that information. You've also got your contact information there. At the top, you'll notice you've got the listing address and the branding for the listing agent. That's all there. Also on the offer instructions, it'll say highest and best offer, or whatever the listing agent wants to put in there to communicate to the buyer's agent information they may need to know. All right, so once they've submitted this form or filled out this form, we go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Then what you do is go ahead and add any comments that you might want to have for the listing agent, like my buyers love this house, they have to have it, whatever you might want to put in there. And then this is what you will receive. As a buyer's agent, you will get a notification here on the left that says you've submitted your offer. No more guessing. Did the offer get submitted? It got submitted. Not only will you get this notification to the left, you'll also get a notification to the right, the offer confirmation that it's in your email. Now you've got a written email that says, yes, I have submitted the offer, as well as a high level information. So that's what the buyer's agent does. What does the listing agent do? Once the listing agent receives the offer successfully, they will either get an email, text, or app, on their app, depending on how they want it received. So what they'll see, here's an example of what they'll see on their app on their cell phone. Yay, I've got an offer. Let's go in and click and take a look and see what it looks like. So they can pop in here, and what they'll see here is high level information, who submitted the offer, what the offer summary was for, just high level details, and all the documents. That's right there in their hand, quick and easy, all the offer information. No needing to go back to your email and looking up all this information. It's right there for you. And then what happens? Once that listing agent had opened that offer, this is key. The buyer's agent now knows their offer has been read and viewed. This is all takes away that guessing that buyers always say, did you get my offer? Did you get my offer? Now you know they've looked at it. So now you have a paper trail of that. Right. So that's basically how you enter, submit, and the process, essentially. I'm just going to show you a couple of quick highlights, because I know there's so many cool features to this product, and we don't have time. We only have a few minutes.
Yeah, there sure are, Jen. In fact, in speaking of time, we've got a couple of questions that I think we should really address real quick, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, no problem. Let's do it.
So one of the question is that we have is this only available on the mobile app side, or is this also accessible from the desktop?
Yep, it's available on the showing time dashboard desktop. It's available on mobile app, and you can also integrate it into the MLS, so they can click directly, kind of like they do showings on the MLS. They can click a link to submit an offer. Same thing. Good question.
Great. And then we've got questions about pricing, which of course that's an issue with the association as we look at negotiating contracts. A big question that gets asked a lot of times, and it's common to the market where we're at. Showing time is owned by Zillow. So the question becomes, how secure is this? Can the showing time people or the Zillow analytics get in there and look at the data and find the security and that kind of stuff?
Imagine that. I've never heard that question before.
Yeah.
So let's be clear. So the contracts that Showing Time historically has had and will have moving forward has clause in there that talks about data security and what we can and cannot do with your data. And it's ironclad. And what the security data says, basically, we cannot sell or use this data for any third-party service. And that third-party service includes Zillow. This data stands totally standalone on Showing Time platform, nothing to do with Zillow. It's just the parent company. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, that's correct. And so then there's some other questions that have been asked, like what happens if we get rid of Showing Time? Well, if we chose a different showing software system, then this offer manager would also go away because they do work side by side with each other. They're integrated. There's a question about who all can see the offers. The answer to that question is everybody in the brokerage firm that is set up to see it can see. So you can assign the offers to multiple people inside of your firm as well.
Yeah,
so,
I was going to show you that real quick.
Go right ahead.
And I'll bring that up. So these were just a couple of quick highlights. This was a side-by-side comparison. It's a super cool feature. I always get a lot of oohs and ahs on this. So if you have multiple offers on one listing, you can roll this up into a PDF or an Excel and send it to your homeowner and say, hey, look at these are all your offers, and compare them. You can also send out communication super easy with updates on the offer, like, hey, everybody who submitted this offer, we're accepting all highest and best by Friday. Or we can send out one simple quick email with one click to say, hey, your listing's been declined.
Good.
This answers the question right here. Who can see the offers? So you yourself can see them, or your team, your broker, admin, or staff, however you guys want to set it up. We can keep it as secure as you want.
All right. And then there's one other question that was answered, which is the offer presented on NAR standard fillable forms or ZipLogic forms? The answer to that question is you still have to write the offer. You have to have a written offer. You can use the New Jersey promulgated forms for all your contracts offer, and then you fill in this data separate to that. So you would attach your offer to this in Showing Time, but you would still fill those forms in. Jen, thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us and to be part of this webinar today. If you're interested on this webinar and you're interested in this type of program, make sure you make comment of that at the end of it during the poll. Put your comments in there, your questions in there. We want to hear feedback from you. One final question on that: will buyer's agents be able to see how many offers were submitted? The answer to that is no. That obviously remains still the listing agent's prerogative, the security of those things. All right, we're going to move on now to our third presenter today. It's one that I'm excited about. Helen Hudson is joining us from a company called Safe Showings. Now, what you should know about Helen, by the way, is Helen, like you, is a realtor. She is a real estate agent, practices real estate herself, and she saw a real need inside of our industry that wasn't being met. In fact, this is Realtor Safety Month, and which is part of what brought our attention to Helen to start with, as Jean was looking at some of the different products here. So she's here to tell us about Safe Showings. Before she starts, I want to just say that as a former broker, realtor myself, agent myself, to being an association executive, the number of times that I know of our agents being in trouble in the field is beyond comprehension. And that's everything from just feeling insecure to being assaulted to in Texas being murdered. And so, Helen, thank you very much for creating this program, and thank you for joining us today. The floor is yours to share.
Wonderful. I am pulling up my presentation. I just want to verify that you can see my screen.
We can. As soon as it opens. There you go. We have it.
Okay, wonderful. I do appreciate this opportunity. And what you'll hear first is a short video. It's about 1 minute long. Before I start, how much time do I have?
5 minutes.
How much?
5 minutes to get started.
I'll go real fast then.
Get cranking.
Zip through it.
Did you know that over 760,000 real estate professionals have had situations where they feared for their safety when they enter a property alone with a stranger? The Safe Showings mobile app was developed by a realtor to give real estate professionals proactive control over their own safety. It is quick and easy to record names, automatically capture exact GPS addresses, and it prompts you to capture a secure image of each potential buyer's face, a feature unique to Safe Showings. Over 200 real estate professionals have been murdered in the last decade while showing homes to prospective buyers. Safe Showings provides protection and peace of mind for real estate agents, homeowners, and potential buyers as it aims to deter crime before it starts. With Safe Showings, real estate professionals and their loved ones feel more secure, knowing that Safe Showing will automatically notify them with identifying details and geolocation in an emergency. For more information, visit safeshowings.com. Find Safe Showings in the App Store or Google.
4 years ago, this past March, I was a new realtor in Charleston, South Carolina, and I had a situation where I feared for my personal safety. Some of you might be able to relate to this. I was showing property, set the appointment, arrived to the neighborhood, and just didn't feel like a safe area. But I park my car, I wait for the buyer, he arrives, we go in the home, I leave the door open to give myself an out. He goes to the back of the house, he has his back turned, and a minute later, a truck drives up. He had made a phone call and 2 men jump on the porch. That's when my heart stopped. I thought, oh my gosh, nobody knows where I am or who I'm with. And thankfully, though, I'm here to tell the rest of the story. As you heard in the video, over 200 realtors have been murdered in the last decade. These are faces of just 16 of those. Half are men, half are women. You can imagine being a female. I have a lot of male friends that say, I get it, you should carry a gun. But we're seeing a trend. We're all at risk, and we need to look at our personal safety over the sale. Value your life more than the sale. Be in control. Be upfront with your buyers and sellers before you ever meet them. And that's what we teach our members to do. You probably know about Beverly Carter. I'm friends with Carl, and he said, I think if my mom had had Safe Showing, she might be here. Those faces that you're looking at today, if they could speak to you, they would tell you they did not know when they set the appointment talking to a buyer or a seller on the phone that they would lose their life when they met with them. So really think about your safety. We also put homeowners at risk, not on purpose, but we could bring somebody in your house not knowing they have a criminal background. They can look and see where security systems are, where a child's bedroom is, and where they store their valuables, and come back and harm a homeowner. I'm passionate about safety. I did the research. I looked at what's on the NAR website. I didn't know that I was going to develop an app. I was just looking for something to protect me. I want to make sure every buyer and seller knows I'm in control of my safety. I was looking for 3 things: something that tells people I'm in control before I meet with them, and then something that solved that fear of when I said nobody knows where I am or who I'm with. These are the products on the NAR website. I spent months looking at them. And, you know, a lot of them will tell your emergency contacts where you are, but that's too late. 3 years ago with 3 men on that porch, if they had intentions to harm me, I wouldn't be here to tell the story. That emergency alert from a lockbox is too late in that situation. All that does is tell the emergency contacts where to tell the coroner to pick up my body. So we have to look at things. We have to use all the tools we can, but being proactive is how we stop crime. Think of yourself as a doorbell camera, you know, a beacon for safety. And we teach our members to have that conversation every time they're setting an appointments in the safety of their office. Hey, we use Safe Showings. We care about safety. We're required to get a photo before we go into a property. And then if you have a second, I'll just show you a quick demo of the app. Is that okay?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. These are monitor signs that we provide our partners, rider signs, and open house flyers. Here's a quick demo.
By downloading the Safe Showings app, you're proactively preparing to take advantage of more secure client contact when conducting open houses and showing appointments. Start by entering the emergency contacts of your choice, like friends, your broker, or family members. It's an easy one-step process. The app features an easy-to-adjust timer feature that will alert your emergency contacts if you have not responded during the time frame you have set. When showing properties, the app will track your exact location via the GPS feature. You can autofill your appointments information right from the contacts in your phone. You can see that the app provides significant safety at this point, but there's more. When first meeting with the appointment, use your phone to snap a photo of the client. Research demonstrates that this approach is the best way to deter criminal behavior. Now your contacts will be notified if you don't check in based on the timer, and identifying information based on the photo from your showing. All of these features give you accountability for safely doing business during your showings and open houses. Following each showing, the app gives you the opportunity to make a record of the appointment. The app provides free form notes that the app will store for you. By the way, the Safe Showings app saves all the information from each showing so that you can go back and review your opportunities for sales. The open house feature provides the same great security options. Always be sure to get the facial image for all contacts during your open houses. There is a handy 5-star rating system for your showing contacts. This, along with your notes, can alert you and others of potential problems from a suspicious person or from any previous showing.
We are offering promotional pricing that we never have offered before during the month of September. For your entire association, you have over 11,000 members, if my record's correct.
We have Jean's got that presentation in her office, and we're so thankful for that. By the way, it's a very gracious offer, and we're going to solicit this feedback from our members. The question I've got to ask you right to start with, because I know this is one going through people's mind, Helen, is what happens if I go to the showing and I forget to stop the timer? Does it alert me first before it alerts my contact, or does it just automatically?
Yes, this is the page where I go over common questions, and that's the one in the middle. If you follow the process we teach and your members are setting the call and they're telling people they use Safe Showings, they care about safety, and they'll be taking a photo. When you're in there, it's 45 minutes. As soon as you press create showing, it starts at 45 minutes. It counts down. As you know, we all get distracted, and that can happen. When it gets to 5 minutes, it supersedes whatever you're looking at on your phone. There'll be a text that says, "Are you safe? Reset your timer." And this is what you'll see. It'll say 5 minutes, right. Reset timer. It goes back to 45 minutes. We teach realtors to reset their timer often. You don't have to do it every minute, but when you glance down, reset it, it goes to 45 minutes. Hop in your car, go to your next showing. It knows exactly where you are. You don't have to type anywhere in the app. It's updating instantly, street by street and road by road. You put the car in park and it saves that second address. Top left corner is the emergency alarm feature I would have used 4 years ago. Instead of waiting for 19 minutes to expire, my situation where I had those men on the porch and I was terrified, I can press emergency alarm and in 10 seconds it calls 911. It sends your 3 emergency contacts your exact location, who you're with. Hopefully you took an image of their face. I can't control what people take a photo of, but that's why we're so passionate about getting an image of a face. And we've given this presentation to the chief of police, and they said, "Oh my gosh, that's making our job so much easier."
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. So let me grab a couple of questions out of the box if I could, Helen, real quick. First off, realtors always care about their privacy and information being shared. Tell us about your data sharing program. Who are you sharing the data with that gets entered into Safe Showings?
No, nothing is shared. We have a corporate attorney. We have terms and conditions, a privacy policy. I'm a realtor. I wouldn't want to do anything that could deter people from wanting to use our app. If that answers your question, but in the end of the demo that you saw, we have this feature that might have been what triggered the question. Just like Uber and Lyft, when you press the end showing button and you're in the privacy of your car, it prompts you to put, how did you feel working with this person from a safety standpoint? And the only intention is for us to help us create a database to help us protect each other. I was working with Kim Hall. That's her unique phone number. She comes to your market and you're a realtor saying, "Hey, I look forward to meeting you. I want you to know we use Safe Showings." And she's going to say, "Oh, I know about that app." But even if she doesn't, before you, after you hang up your phone, when you're making your appointments in the safety of your office, you press create showing, the timer starts. As soon as you put in her unique phone number, you'll see one realtor has rated this client. If I had a situation where I felt uncomfortable, just like Uber and Lyft, it prompts you to put 1 star. And then there's an optional notes section. You don't have to type anywhere in our app. Everything's automated, but there are optional sections. In that case, I would say, call me. Here's my cell phone number. I want to share with you what happened to me.
Okay. And then so a couple more questions that we've gotten. one person wonders, does it only take a static photo the one time, or will it act like effectively like a body camera? Can you leave the video on and record to this app?
No, it probably would violate some privacy issues going in and out of homes with the video. I'm not an expert on that. It just takes a static photo. And it goes to
Fantastic.
a cyber secure cloud. It does not go to your camera section or your picture section on your phone. And that's because if you're attacked, excuse me, in the front yard and your phone is destroyed before you even go in the home, your 3 emergency contacts will still be sent the last location of your phone, who you're with, because remember, before you get out of the safety of your car, you start the app by pressing the create showing button. The timer starts. It says, who are you meeting with? You auto-populate that while you're in the safety of your car. And then you step out of the car when they arrive. And if they attacked you and destroyed the phone, but you were able to capture a photo, that will be sent to your 3 emergency contacts. Anytime the time expires, they get a text message at the same time. You will have to put in at least 3 emergency contacts. There'll be a 3D image of exactly where you are, that exact address, and an image that you take. Hopefully it's a person's face and not a squirrel or a tree. But it's up to you to be smart about that. But I do hear these questions a lot. Usually I go through the questions and answers.
Yeah, so here's one more question. And we know this is a limited amount of time, and we're trying to be respectful of our members who are on their lunch breaks or enjoying a taco on this Tuesday right now. One more question for you, and it's been asked a couple of times. What about the client pushback about having their photo taken? Will clients do that? Will they let their photo be taken? How does an agent respond? Is it mandatory?
That's usually the first question and answer part I go over. I hear 3 questions about the face. It's what do the buyers and sellers say when you are telling them on the phone? They understand. We've had roundtables discussions in Charleston, that's where I live in South Carolina, about this. And buyers and sellers and everybody in our world's on social media. So your image is out there, whether you know it or not, going by ATMs, doorbell cameras, in and out of public spaces. Our images are being captured. So there's not a pushback. If there is a pushback, use your intuition. That's a built-in technique we were given to decide if you want to bring someone with you or meet them at an office. But that's a key indicator. There could be a red flag. So people don't push back. If they want to buy, if they're sincere, they respect you and they'll remember you when they list their house. And the people say, Helen, why is that so important? Well, I met my business partner at the NAR conference in DC on purpose. He was put right in front of me, and he's a cyber technology guy, and he wrote code that launches missiles. And he said, at first I wanted an image of a driver's license. That came from my property background, property management. And he said, you need to get an image of a face. And I was like, I didn't even think of that. He said, people can't say they forgot their face, right? And they can't say that, the image that you take is going to look like them. So we did that for logical reasons.
Yeah, to me, it's a similar argument of getting a buyer's agency agreement form signed. I've heard pushback. I can't get people. I never had a problem getting a buyer's agency agreement form. Right. Helen, thank you so much for taking the time to come on today. We appreciate you being here and for sharing your information. Again, if you're on the webinar, you'll get a poll here in a little bit. Give your feedback. Let us know what you think. But Helen, thank you.
I'll drop off.
Yeah, you can drop off. And thank you very much for what you're doing.
Awesome.
Well, we're moving on now to our final presenter of the day, Mr. David Etheridge. David is here from SavvyCard, and David is an interesting gentleman in the technology world. Not only does he have a tremendous background that I know of personally, but he is somebody who is incredibly committed to working with organized real estate and trying to make the realtor the center of what's happening in organized real estate. So he's here to talk to us today about an engagement platform, a way to keep clients engaged for years into the future, and so that you have relationships beyond the transaction desk. David, welcome, and thank you for joining. David, I love to say this to a tech guy, you are muted.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
So you are muted. That's got to be one of the most trending phrases of the last 3 or 4 years, right? So thank you for the opportunity to present SavvyCard to your members today. I guess I just share screen and jump right in, right?
Go right for it. Yes, sir. The floor is yours.
Okay. And let me move this bar a little bit. All right. Are you guys seeing my screen?
We got it.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So SavvyCard's mission, there's sort of three pillars to our mission. The first is to enable traditional real estate industry players to compete with technological disruptors in the marketplace like Zillow. The second is we want to align the interests of consumers, agents, brokers, and the home service providers that service homes. And through technology that aligns the industry, we want to help to build persistent relationships between homeowners and their agent and broker of choice or brokerage of choice. SavvyCard has been around for a while. We've been in the market for about 6 years now. There are about 250,000 agents nationally that use our core platform. At its heart, we take data from the MLS and we create agent and listing or property savvy cards for every agent and every listing in a market where we've deployed. And these are progressive web applications. They're not native apps. You don't have to go to the App Store to download them. You're able to share them to prospects by text or email or through social media. They work like an app, but they don't have the barriers for people to get them. When they get the link, they just click on it and it opens right up. It doesn't require them 3 or 4 minutes to go, remember their password, download and install an application. I'm going to touch real quickly on the features of agent and property savvy cards, just 30 seconds on each. This is the product we have in the market today. So agent savvy cards are a replacement for business cards. They're used by agents to capture leads and to build opt-in marketing lists. And part of the problem with business cards, we all know that they don't end up where you want them to. You want them to end up in the Rolodex of the customer you give them to, but invariably they end up in one of these places instead. And if you get a business card to someone and they don't capture your contact information and call you back, then that's sort of a wasted opportunity. So what we teach people to do is to change their behavior from handing out a business card to use 13 magic words. Can I text you my business card and follow up with you later? And when someone says yes, you're capturing their mobile number and permission to follow up with them by text, which is 1,000% more effective at converting a prospect into a client than just handing out a business card. This quickly just shows how the Agent Savvy Card platform works. You share your Savvy Card to a prospect. They provide you their mobile number, their name, and information about what they need. Are they a home, are they in the market to buy, in the market to sell? Are they an investor, an empty nester? You're able to record that context, and then all of that information can be injected into your CRM or other marketing tools to automate follow-up. So it's a very, very powerful tool that replaces these business cards that we've been using for 100 years or more. Listing savvy cards are the same thing, but for property listings instead of for an agent. It's a single property web application. We like to talk about it as push button simple marketing for your listings. Whenever you put a listing on the MLS, these are automatically created and sent to you by email. In the email, there's buttons to post the listing to LinkedIn or Facebook. And there's a really cool feature called Seller Share, which will post it or send it to the home seller with instructions for how the home seller can post it to their social media. Seller Share is a really powerful tool for you to crowd market through your home seller's social sphere of influence. And you can see on the screen an example of an agent in North Carolina who used Seller Share to promote an open house. And you can see the engagement down there. This was free. They didn't have to spend any money to do this. They just had to send it to the home seller, and the home seller posted it to Facebook. And these were the results of just after 2 days of using Seller Share, to get their seller to post it on Facebook. The agent, scheduled 3 showings and had all these other benefits from the program. And again, they didn't spend any money on this. This was provided by the MLS, and they just had to push a button when the listing, went up, and boom, they were creating, value and leads for themselves. So I'd love to talk to you guys all day about our existing product, but this is tomorrow's tech today. And so I'm going to talk about the next pillar of the Savvy Card for Real Estate platform, which is homeowner Savvy Cards. The big problem that we face in the industry today, as it relates to consumers after the transaction, is it's really difficult for real estate agents and brokers to maintain a sticky relationship with the homeowner in between transactions. You know, on average, people are not buying or selling a new home, but once every 7 to 10 to 12 years. And you know, NAR has some data where they show that like 75% of home buyers would use the agent or brokerage that they used the last time again, but only 17% do, right? And a part of the reason why is it's easier to go to a website like Zillow or Realtor.com and get connected to a new agent than it is to dig around in your file folders or, you know, in drawers in your office to try to find the business card or information of that agent that you worked with like 4 years ago or 5 years ago or 7 years ago. So this represents like $30 billion a year in lost repeat commissions that are going through Zillow and Realtor.com and other disruptive channels instead of coming right back to the broker or the agent of choice where it belongs. So our strategy for fixing this is something called Homeowner Savvy Cards. These are apps that are distributed to the homeowner either at the close of the transaction, or for somebody that, you know, they bought their home 3, 4, 5 years ago, it would be sent to them, you know, when the MLS implements this program. And it's a way for the agents to re-engage those customers and provide value to the customer in between transactions. How do we put the agent and the brokerage front and center? Well, when the consumer, the homeowner, claims their card, which is a really easy process, they just have to, you know, input their street address and input email address or phone number, and we'll identify whether or not they're the owner of the property. But when they claim their card, they're going to immediately see this welcome screen that reestablishes or reinforces their broker and agent of choice. And then inside the homeowner card, as they use the homeowner card, they're always going to have a help and chat system that allows them to reach back out to their agent of choice and to ask them questions or get their advice or assistance on things that they need to do around their home. The homeowner card itself has 8 buttons. You know, and I'm not going to have time to go through all of these, but I'm going to touch on 3 of them real quick. The most important of which being the ability for the homeowner to search properties just like they would do on third-party websites like Zillow or Realtor.com. But instead of searching through a third party, they're going to be searching directly through the MLS through an IDX fed search function. The search function needs to be something different than what you would find on Zillow or a broker website. You know, the traditional real estate search is about finding a home you want to buy today. And we need to provide something that is fun and entertaining and engaging for a consumer who's maybe not in the market today, but we want to keep them engaged so that when they're ready to come back in the market a year from now or 2 years from now, they know exactly how to get in contact with their realtor again. And we're able to make sure that they're coming back to the real estate industry instead of going to a third party. And so we've developed this new concept. It's called Timber, and it's like dating for homes. It's like Tinder. It's a play on the word Tinder. And it's a really simple mechanism, something that you can jump in just like 10 or 15 seconds, and you can be looking at homes and properties and sort of, you know, enjoying, you know, searching through the properties that are available in your area. Okay. The default for Timber is that we're going to search on homes that are listed near you, that are recent listings that are similar to the home that you live in now. We all know that there's lots and lots of people out there who like to just browse other people's homes, right? And see, you know, photos and amenities that other people in the neighborhood have. So this leverages that, takes advantage of that impulse, and provides them with a really compelling tool where they can quickly see other homes that are listed in their neighborhood. And you can see on the right, the key element of this is, you know, beautiful large picture, you know, basic information about the property they're looking at, but then this really cool sort of scorecard where they can compare the value per square foot of their home versus the value per square foot of the home that they're looking at. And that becomes relevant on the next screen, which they can just swipe to look at, where they can actually see the appraisal information that identifies which amenities and features are causing their home or the home that they're looking at to have higher or lower values. So we think that this is something that people are going to really enjoy, that they're going to engage with on a daily basis or weekly basis. And it's a really compelling tool for them to actually increase the resale value of their home by planning home improvements, based on what the actual market appraisal values are for different features. And we've got a system that I can talk to you about in more detail in the future, where the homeowner actually earns compensation by going through this channel instead of going through some third-party website or service that is not associated with their real estate agent or their brokerage of choice.
David,
go ahead.
thank you very much. We're running right up on the clock. If you got a couple of closing thoughts, I've got some questions to ask you as well.
Fantastic. I've got a couple more slides. This is the details page where you can get a traditional detail, features and amenity view on a listing, and you can see again we're engaging the realtor and a brokerage, of choice. Let me switch over to here. There's utilities functionality where you're able to single sign on into all of your utility vendors, which makes it much easier for you to engage, interact with and manage your utilities. And then finally, the system includes a complete video help system so that you can learn all the features on the homeowner card, and it can help you to understand how to get maximum value out of the homeowner card in the relationship with the realtor. This is going to be piloted in 2023 in partnership with our largest client, California Regional MLS. It's going to be piloted in Orange County. It's going to be going out to 1 million households in Orange County. And then afterward, it'll be available to other MLSs and associations. So there you go. That's it.
Yeah, David, I think what gets lost, and you and I had this conversation before, and I don't know if you like this analogy or not, but one of the things that I found fascinating about this technology is it's almost like a Carfax for a house in essence, right? So if I'm a real estate agent, I deliver this product, I sell the house, and I deliver this product to my buyer, the person who bought that house, and they can start keeping up when they do repairs or they want to track their utilities. It all goes into this app, which they can opt out of anytime they want to opt out of it. But it goes in there. And so 3 years, 4 years from now, when they're ready to sell it, the data's already there. And once a year, I can go by and set an appointment just to go by and help them update stuff. And,
right.
10 years ago, we laughed at the fox dancing on the telephone, but now we wouldn't buy a used car without that Carfax. And
right.
and I liken this product to that. So some of the questions is can the end user opt out of this, right? So if they didn't want to opt in this, could they delete their card effectively for their house?
Yeah, so the card is only going to be generated if they claim it. So if they don't claim it, there's nothing out there for anybody to engage with.
All right, good. And then another question was about the sharing it. Could it only be shared on social media just for an open house? And I think the answer to that is no, right? You can create that shareable link, and your seller can share it any way they want to.
Yeah, if we're going back to property savvy cards, these are listing savvy cards that are marketing tools for the things that are on the MLS. That can be shared by text or by email directly to prospects. It can also be shared by any social media account. And you can embed links to it just like you would a website inside of things like newsletters. You can share it, through QR codes, in magazine articles. So, for example, if you're putting an ad for a listing that you got in a luxury home decor magazine or something, you can put a QR code that'll open up this application so that people can be looking at the property, within seconds of seeing it in the advertisement. So there are a full suite of tools that will allow you to push button market these listings. Correct.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, David. If you could stop sharing your screen, I'll show everybody. By the way, here's my David Etheridge Savvy card on my phone right here. Can't show it because I've got my virtual background on, but it sits right there, and I see here's the interesting thing. I see your face almost every day. Imagine if I'm somebody trying to sell my house, and every time I open up my phone, I see my real estate agent's face. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So thank you very much, David, for being here, and we'll be back in touch with you.